From Florence Pugh to Gisele Bündchen to Chris Pratt and everyone in between, Hollywood stars are faced with pressure to not only perform at high levels, but also attain steep standards of beauty to land the role of their dreams and make it big in the industry. Pugh, 26, remembered the beginning of her career a little over a decade ago when she was made to feel like she'd made a massive mistake pursuing acting after the British actress was told to lose weight for a TV spot in the US. The Don't Worry Darling star was new to the world of drama, having only starred in one movie aside from a few theater productions while in primary school. Pugh flew to the United States for an audition on a television show, and was cast in a failed pilot for Studio City when she was 19 years old, which also starred Heather Graham and Eric McCormack, according to IMDb. Shortly after receiving the role of an aspiring musician, she recalled executives wanting her to switch up her look. Tom Brady, Gisele Bündchen speak out amid bombshell divorce filing. All the things that they were trying to change about me, whether it was my weight, my look, the shape of my face, the shape of my eyebrows, that was so not what I wanted to do, or the industry I wanted to work in, she told the Telegraph. She had preconceived notions about the industry from working on her first film, The Falling, in 2014 with Maisie Williams, and said, "I thought the film business would be like The Falling, but actually, this was what the top of the game looked like, and I felt I made a massive mistake." Olivia Wilde, Florence Pugh and Heidi Klum. Hollywood stars bear all on red carpets. Gisele Bündchen may be known as one of the world's most famous fashion models of all time, but her start in front of the camera came at a price to her self-confidence. "I remember some people telling me my nose was too big or my eyes were too small, that I could never be on a magazine cover," she told People magazine in 2016. "It wasn't easy to be 14 and hear that kind of criticism. It made me feel insecure." The Brazilian supermodel, who recently finalized her divorce from ex-husband Tom Brady, confided in her family for advice. "I remember some people telling me my nose was too big or my eyes were too small, that I could never be on a magazine cover." Gisele Bündchen. "I told my dad, and he said, 'Next time, tell them, I have a big nose and that comes with a big personality,'" she said. "At that point I felt, if I kept working hard and giving my best, it would all work out." Gisele remembered being discovered as a teen and having to bunk with 8 other girls while trying to make it as a model. Inside Tom Brady, Gisele Bündchen's multi-million-dollar empire amid official divorce announcement. "I already felt weird because I was taller and looked more mature than most girls my age," she said. "I just knew that I wanted to do my best and see if I could make it." The former Victoria's Secret stunner announced her retirement from the runway in 2015. Forbes listed her as the highest-paid model in the world from 2002 to 2017, and in the last year alone, she reportedly earned an estimated $47 million. When entertainers or organizations completely outsource their image or brand to outsiders, it almost invariably creates a disconnect with their audiences. Dave Quast, senior vice president of Banyan PR, told Fox News Digital. This is true of young audiences in particular, who have finely tuned BS detectors. When people choose their own unconventional but carefully considered looks or monikers to better embody who they are as entertainers or activists, Pink and Lady GaGa come to mind, it only enhances their authenticity and relatability. Jennifer Aniston was reportedly told she had to lose 30 pounds if she wanted to stay in Hollywood just before she landed the iconic role of Rachel Green on Friends. "My agent gave it to me straight," she told Rolling Stone in 1996. "Nicest thing he ever did. The disgusting thing of Hollywood, I wasn't getting lots of jobs cause I was too heavy. But my diet was terrible," she said. "Milkshakes and french fries with gravy. It was a good thing to start paying attention." Friends star Matthew Perry, really grateful for Jennifer Aniston's support amid addiction journey. Priyanka Chopra Jonas detailed a lengthy list of physical changes handed down to her at the behest of a director offering advice on how she would be able to transition from a Bollywood star to a member of the Hollywood elite in her 2021 memoir, Unfinished. "After a few minutes of small talk, the director-producer told me to stand up and twirl for him," she wrote. "He stared at me long and hard, assessing me, and then suggested that I get a boob job, fix my jaw, and add a little more cushioning to my butt." Not only did the unnamed exec suggest an enormous amount of changes, but Priyanka's team also co-signed. "If I wanted to be an actress," he said, "I'd need to have my proportions fixed, and he knew a great doctor in LA he could send me to," she added. "My then manager voiced his agreement with the assessment." Priyanka Chopra opens up to Kamala Harris about mansplaining, receiving equal pay during DNC panel. Chris Pratt used to weigh 300 pounds, while starring as Andy Dwyer on Parks and Recreation, and once told Men's Health UK that he was impotent, fatigued and emotionally depressed while overweight. His perspective on body image changed when he started working out for his role in Zero Dark 30 in 2012, and he became a bona fide gym rat before his Marvel debut in Guardians of the Galaxy in 2014. A huge part of how my career has shifted is based on the way that I look, on the way that I've shaped my body to look, he told BBC Radio 4 at the time. It's nice to know that there's something I can do, that I can manipulate the way I look. That's a good thing for an actor to be able to do. It's nice to know that there's something I can do, that I can manipulate the way I look. That's a good thing for an actor to be able to do. The Jurassic World star joked that he now feels totally objectified, and added, "I think it's okay. I don't feel appalled by it." He doubled down on the double standard, adding, "I think it's appalling that for a long time only women were objectified. But I think if we really want to advocate for equality, it's important to even things out. Not objectify women less, but objectify men just as often as we objectify women. There are a lot of women who got careers out of it, and I am using it to my advantage. And at the end of the day, our bodies are objects." Jennifer Lopez once fired a manager who said she needed to lose weight. Ben Affleck's new wife told Glamour in 2011, "I was just so infuriated that somebody said you couldn't have a little extra meat on you, because I was by no means fat. That was so mean and closed-minded." She added, "I was like, no, this is who I am and this is the type of woman that I grew up with, and it's beautiful. There's no reason to be anybody but myself. I would end up leaving with this pit in my stomach, knowing that I was so much more than what was being objectified on the stage." Meghan Markle recalled feeling objectified while working as a briefcase girl on Deal or No Deal more than 15 years ago. Markle, 41, recently sparked backlash after a discussion on her Archetypes podcast with Paris Hilton, where she admitted to having a difficult time working a job based on her looks when she had previously spent years studying international relations. "I was thankful for the job but not for how it made me feel. And by the way, I was surrounded by smart women on that stage with me," the Duchess of Sussex said. "But that wasn't the focus of why we were there, and I would end up leaving with this pit in my stomach, knowing that I was so much more than what was being objectified on the stage." In an essay published for Darling magazine in 2018, Markle described more of the criticism she faced in front of the camera as one of the stars of Suits. "I was in my early 20s, still figuring so much out, and trying to find my value in an industry that judges you on everything that you're not versus everything that you are," she wrote. "Not thin enough, not pretty enough, not ethnic enough, while also being too thin, too ethnic, too pretty the very next day."